Hello and welcome to Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, an entertainment analysis show that breaks down everything pertaining the entertainment industry, and of course we don't miss out the lifestyle as well. I have my co-anchor with me today, Shifolo Oshike. What's up? How's it going?
Ben, what's good, man?
Alrighty, are you?
The two of you around.
Yeah, be
I thought you caught the blue memo.
Oh, sure.
The blue memo, you got it.
What sports is that? Chelsea? We say that we're representing Chelsea.
I don't even watch football, so what club is Chelsea?
I think Chelsea's blue.
Chelsea's blue?
Chelsea is the only blue team, actually.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good for
I think
them.
we're representing Chelsea, but I don't know. As long as it's not Arsenal, I think Chelsea's doing okay. Abi?
I really don't care, because I really don't care. See, do you know the problem? A lot of people see me wearing jerseys, and then I'll tell you a funny story. When I walked into a restaurant, and then the waiter was just like, "You never walk alone." And in my head, I'm like, "What's this guy talking about? You never walk alone." I thought maybe it was because I had, new friends with me at that same restaurant. Then he came back again to deliver another meal. It was like, "You never walk alone." So in my head, I'm like, so I went outside to take a break, right, from being inside for so long. Then somebody saw me, I was like, "Liverpool, you never..." So I got what the guy inside was talking about. Like,
right.
I didn't even get it. Just because I was wearing a Liverpool jersey.
Right.
You see me wear an Arsenal jersey, you see me wear a Real Madrid jersey. I really don't care. It's fashion for me.
Right. I mean, I don't know anything about sports too, but at least I know I'm inside the internet to know that, okay, Arsenal has been getting their ass.
Yeah, they lost.
They
lost recently. I know that.
They've been losing recently. That I know about
that I
Arsenal.
don't know.
Because I know an Arsenal friend of mine that's always tweeting these memes. It's so funny because attacking himself would be like, what's it called? Mental health patients and Arsenal fans are the same now. Their heads are going crazy. All this kind of all these kind of things. Anyway, Sha, let's start with our trending video for the day before we start getting to the conversations.
In sickness and in health. To love and to cherish you. Forsaking all other women. Forsaking all other girlfriends. Come, do you think I'm playing here? I said you should not laugh. You think that's why I don't want to come. You think I'm playing? Do you have girlfriend that you are laughing and smiling? If you know you have, let me just stop this marriage. Do you have?
No, sir. Has to be the pastor.
Like, I'm worried for the husband, though. Imagine family meetings.
That has to be the girl's father.
It has to be.
It has to be.
It has to be.
Do you think I'm playing here? Why are you laughing? Like,
he clearly doesn't like the guy for his daughter, though.
Well, what if it's not the daughter? What if it's just one of those religious leaders that try to go overboard every time they're doing their things?
And obviously the man must be very young as well, because there's a bit of a childlike conversation.
Right.
Like, can't be talking to a grown man that has millions in his account like that. Do you get what I mean? Like, this boy is obviously small. And
like, he said, let me end this, man. End it now. Bro, now you go marry.
It's the kind of wedding that he's probably sponsoring. The suit you're wearing, his owner did it. This canopy, I'm not rented it for you.
Compound.
So if you don't talk the way I like,
how can my pastor that
see the way he did it, and I was like, hey, you. I'm like, ah.
How can my pastor be sitting down when I'm getting my? Will you stand up, my? Will you get? Will you? Okay. Yes. But before the Holy Ghost descend on you.
Because at first I was like, oh, cute. He's not joking. They were not even laughing together. I said, who's laughing with you? Okay, that's a bit deep. It cannot happen
all
to
of the
me,
girlfriend. Maybe the guy has a story too. How about that? Maybe he has cheated, during dating, or maybe they just settled and all that.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But they look young too. They look like a very young couple.
Why would anybody want to write my vows though?
That's a bit weird.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to write.
I'm telling you, this thing is very childlike. Very childlike. Like giving me I'm your guardian.
No, I don't think it's childlike for the regular vows to be read. But I'm saying my kind of person, you can't write my vows like. My wife, we have to tell each other.
I don't think you're supposed to write vows for anyone. I mean, there are some churches that have a standard procedure.
But
certain things
that
they're supposed to
say.
And then after that, you now say your own special thing to the partner.
No, I'm saying that I don't even want to say all those in sickness and in health for better, for
it depends on the church that you get married
I really don't want to do all that. I think I just want to
Why you don't marry your wife in sickness and in health?
No, I just want to tell my girl exactly how I feel about her.
And you don't feel that in sickness and health?
It would probably be there, or it would even be there. But in my words.
Basically telling you, sweetie, if you get sick,
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm messing around.
Yeah, I know. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that I just want to tell you how I feel, not something that is scripted. Do you understand? Especially on a day like that. I don't want to be telling you some scripted stuff to make you feel good, like, oh, that's the way it is. No, that's not the way it is. The way it is how I feel about you.
Alrighty, second.
Oh, he cheated! He cheated! It popped up. You ain't get it? Uh-huh.
Yes, sure.
Men can cheat even in games.
Cheat
Even
with
in
man.
games.
But she
Child was
still
doing like
won.
this. Cause no,
Was it like how? Was it like how?
He will flip it and then hold the cup
That's all
like
you
that.
people saw.
And even
What
this-
about when she did it and she did like this too?
If that girl won fair and square.
Yeah, she did.
Eh.
Like, no argument, but you still have to call the man a cheat.
Because
There's
he
nothing
cheated.
that we are good in.
He cheated twice.
We have
He
never
like
done
this,
anything
and then-
good in this life. Men, we have, see, opposite she still win. We still be cheats. As a
Well, you were
wife.
cheering for the man when you started watching it. Were you cheering for the man when you were
No,
watching
why
it?
would cheer for the man?
You're not cheering for the man.
I'll cheer for the best, but may the best person win. Why would I be cheering for the man? May the best person win.
Okay.
Whether male or female,
So
whether
you
the
don't
girl.
like yourself, Sha. Anyway.
It's not about it's becoming toxic with this like yourself thing. It's becoming a toxic talk when you say, no, even the greatest law in the Bible, which is the greatest commandment, is love your neighbor as thyself, right? It did not say love your female neighbor as thyself. It did not say love your male neighbor. Man, love your male neighbor as thyself. Woman, love your woman neighbor. No, it just said love your neighbor as thyself.
I'm very confused as to where this is
it's becoming
coming from.
toxic.
So when you watch a sport or a competition of any sort, you're
May
not
the best man win. I have a very good spirit of sportsmanship, and I think it's
and you
applicable
don't have
in life
any
as well.
any support for any team.
I don't even watch sports.
Okay, and that's a problem.
It's not a problem.
That's the problem, because if you like sports, you know that you have a team already that you have in mind. There's nothing wrong with that, Ife. Just because I have a team that I support doesn't mean that I'm against somebody else. I'm just supporting the team.
The fact that you're even looking at gender as a team
Ife,
is
it's
troubling.
a couple that's playing here.
Yes, like
It's
why
a
can't we
couple.
just cheer for the couple and just make sure that whoever wins, they seem like they were going to be happy regardless. Why are we even looking at it whether the man wins or the woman does it? Come on, man.
Yeah, very correct. Michael K. Williams, who played the character Omar Little in the TV series The Wire, was found dead in his New York apartment on Monday, the New York Police Department said. He was 54 years old, which is super young. Williams, who received a 2021 Emmy nomination for his performance in HBO's Lovecraft Country, also found fame from his role in the HBO series Boardwalk Empire. The NYPD said that there was an ongoing investigation into Williams' death and that the New York City medical examiner would determine the cause of death at the later time. Yeah.
This is really sad.
Very sad.
Especially for somebody who, you know, his first audition, because I went back to read the story, his first audition, he was stoned. Do you understand? He walked in there and somebody gave him a chance just because of the scar on his face, and it was really, well, like I was on drugs and somebody gave me a chance. Do you understand? So I thought that would have been, you know, like a turning point in most people's lives where you saw that even with the drugs, I was not judged. Do you get what I mean? And I just didn't like the fact that, man, it had to end this way because...
Do you think it's drugs? Do you think it's drugs that killed him?
It was said that they found heroin, something suspected to be heroin on the kitchen table, and it was found on the kitchen floor face down, unresponsive. So, yes, it's drugs. And he has told about, I'm sure it's going to come out. I'm sure the autopsy report will come back. But the saddest part is they don't even know how long this man died.
That's the part
for
for me that kind of shakes me. That imagine if you could have been, if you could have been alive with us, if somebody came in to see him early, or like a neighbor checked in or something. Like imagine lying down there, dying away.
Needed help.
Oh
And you
my
couldn't find any.
Oh my goodness. This thing really shocks me a bit because I feel like it's becoming a bit too constant. Like we haven't really fully moved on from losing our men in the entertainment space now. We have, I mean, some of them are not just from drugs and stuff, but it's still the same thing. Like people who we look up to, because I was having a conversation with someone yesterday. And we're on Instagram, and there was this girl that was looking at some model in a shop rather, and there were a bunch of models, but there was a black one with an afro, and she was a little black girl as well. And she went to this lady, I was putting her hand on there, and I was like, oh my, this is so important. That representation is very important, which is why sometimes you think people are being silly when we say there's not enough black people in the movies, or there's not a lot of dark skins, or there's not enough Latinos doing other roles that are not house girls. Like, you don't understand how important representation is, and because the minority group already lacks so much representation, when our men that are doing that for us are being taken away by either sickness or cancer or drugs, it really hurts. Like, I've not really fully moved on from what's his name, Chadwick now, and then there was DMX, and do you know what I'm trying to say? That it's just all these people that keep going in ways that I feel like they're not in their 80s, 90s. Do you get what I mean? To say that, oh yeah, you've reached your epitome of life or whatever. So yeah, this one is really, really sad for me. And I know that he's had a very hard life, like you mentioned already in the beginning with the drugs and stuff, but not just drugs. Even if you go back to his,
growing up in the hood,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
so if you see people that are
doing, to show for it.
Exactly. So if you see people that are doing really well, and I know that this man was so pro-black, and if you know anything about me, I like myself. I don't know what you were saying earlier, but I like that I'm a woman. I really love that, but I also love that I'm black. And when I see people that share that with me, is really cool. Like, especially in the American society, where like being black is such a political issue, you know, so like that just existing, especially as a black man, that is so like criminalized, that they've demonized these people. Seeing somebody like that coming from that space doing so well, like I went to his Instagram and his last post was him and what's this man's name? He's really chubby, political guy, T.I.'s friend. Anyway, that was the last post on his Instagram, doing political things for the black community, trying to get us out of the mental slavery that we have, all that kind of stuff. Just trying to get the black people to do better. So when I see him, I see a man that has his own demons, of course, but was fighting for others, and that's a bit sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, but before we move on to the next story, let's talk about the movie. If you have seen him in any movie that made you connect with him,
I've seen him in a lot of movies that I just feel like, man, this guy is such a great actor, and he tells. So when I was doing my research in the story, I saw how he was able to channel himself into most of the roles he played, right? And that was him being involved with his struggles and trying to project it.
Yeah.
Now, Wire, for instance, this guy was a guy, you know, that was robbing a lot of drug dealers. People know how drug dealers are criminals. Now, you're talking about a guy that has drug problem, that has probably spent a lot of money on drugs, right?
Yeah.
And then he had to play a role where he could rob those drug dealers.
Yeah, for sure.
Imagine how he would play it. So it was beginning to make sense that, okay, this is why this is why he was the way he was in Wire, right? And I just think that, you know, there are a lot of movies that made me connect with this guy. I probably don't remember names of some of them, but yeah, Wire for sure.
Yeah. For me, I haven't actually seen any of the movies that he had acted until When They See Us. I don't know if you remember When They See Us. He was the dad of that person, and he acted a very difficult role. And because I was so invested in When They See Us, I'm very invested in racism, black people, I already mentioned that before, that I even went and watched after the 4 series that they did, they had another thing with Oprah where the real life characters came. And I remember in his interview, he was saying that was such a hard thing to play for him because he's nothing like that. Because in the movie, the dad that he played actually like gave up on his son, sort of, didn't really do the work with the son. I said, no, that's not him in any way, because he goes all out for his people. So it was very hard for him to get into that character and execute that really well. So he's just so wholesome. Anyway, Shami, you're so rest in peace, Mr. Williams. And I pray that this gives a message to other people. We need to really tackle this drug thing in our society, because it's here too in Nigeria as well, especially in the entertainment space. As an entertainment show, this is something that's really dear to us. So rest in peace, and to his loved ones and close friends that are affected more so than us.
But I also want to ask, do you think it's an
condolences.
entertainment problem as well? Because like
Absolutely.
you said, do you think it's the fame, it's the struggle with fame, depression and all of that, you know, expectations from a lot of people? Do you think that's part of the reasons why a lot of entertainers are into drugs?
Yeah, for sure. I remember we had a conversation before. You mentioned something, or we were having a conversation conversation and you were like, I don't remember what it was, but the person's creative mind, because they were so like in tune with things that they were not supposed to be in tune with. I think you talked about how like sometimes the person's pain is the reason why they are so good at certain things, and covering that pain sometimes gives you a more, I guess, a bigger interest in escaping than other people, and people use drugs to escape. I'm not saying I'm validating it, I'm just saying it's one of those issues. But let's move on to another story. Producer Noah Shabib has explained why incarcerated R&B star R. Kelly has landed a credit on Drake's new album. Fans were shocked to spot a mention on the I Believe I Can Fly singer, who is currently on trial in New York for a series of sex crimes. Amongst the credits on Certified Lover Boy, R. Kelly got the nod for the rapper's track TSU with Shabith, aka 40, stating that he and Drake were forced to license Kelly's Half on a Baby because the star of their track features a recording of OG Ron C speaking. Behind that faintly, this is from somebody saying this now, behind that faintly, you can't even hear is an R. Kelly song playing in the background, Shabib pointed out in an Instagram comment on Sunday, posted by Black trans activist Reverend Wings, that questioned the credits. Now, the credits will give R. Kelly a boost. His lawyers have claimed the R&B singer's finances have been depleting following a court order last year demanding all money made from royalties had to be used to pay unpaid rent. Now, Shabib was asked by a Drake fan why he didn't simply re-record the section of TSU, which features the Kelly song, and explained he would have if he could, adding he didn't know about the R. Kelly instrumental lift until the final hours. At that point, it's about the integrity of the art and the artist, and not why my place, and it's not my place to mess with it, he explained. I'm not here to defend Drake's lyrics, but I thought I could clear up that there's actually no R. Kelly present. First thing I would like to say is that this is why I sometimes appreciate the West, because in Nigeria, I don't think this will even be a conversation. You see a lot of people that represent so much ills and they're doing just fine. Just fine. In fact, they'll confidently do features with their full chest. This one we're talking about a sample. You see people like featuring with their full chest a rape accused person, somebody that we know that is really like, you know, ill, that is at fault or whatever, and nobody really cares here. People work with, you see brands throwing their endorsements at people that represent so much ill negativity. If you know anything about me, I don't work like that. Yes, I'm an overthinker, I overdo things, yes. So for me, this is, first of all, a kudos to the American culture that they are quite aware that each person has a role to play in terms of creating a society that's better, one. But in regards to this particular story, for me, when it comes to art and things like this, because I know a little bit about the music industry, I'm going to have to agree with these people that it's not that easy sometimes. It's not that black and white that you can just take a song and record and then put it back together, because there's a lot of steps that go into clearing a song alone, and then you can't just go back and temper with it. I like that they have come outside to even explain, and there isn't a tone for Misha. There isn't a tone of we don't care, is R. Kelly skinny, is art, is this, is that. They're telling you when he put that on there, he was not the person that we have found out where I found him to be. He's somebody that once influenced the industry, that was very talented, and when they put him in there, they didn't know about all these other like things that are coming out now with his like sex crimes and stuff. That's what happened. That's what even
no. Come on, man. Certified Lover Boy just dropped. Certified Lover Boy was supposed to drop, but this guy has been in jail for almost 2 years.
Oh, this song was done a long time ago. You need to continue the conversation that what's it called, Shabib was having. This track was done way before R. Kelly had any legal. Now, R. Kelly has always had rumors going around. I don't think any artist is going to go off rumors. The legal part of it, where he was actually like, as in, people started coming out, the song was already in process. The point is, he couldn't go back to revert his the procedures.
I think you're
because of that.
misinterpreting what Shabib was saying. What Shabib was telling you was that, see, they had to use Run C. So Run C was the guy that was talking and the beginning of TSU, right?
Yeah.
Which was the song that's involved here, right? Run C is a DJ, a producer, and also a hype man. Now, it was speaking in the background, and then it was a distorted type of sound that you cannot even hear R. Kelly. R. Kelly's lyrics did not even get into it. Now, what I think we should be talking about is structure. Now, I was listening to a DJ mix, you know, on YouTube just yesterday, and I heard there is God, you know, a DJ is playing, and suddenly you hear there is God, and now, and I'm thinking, look, all those people, are they getting paid for their voices being used on it, right? Nobody's talking about, you know, proper structure. So I like the angle you came from, but at the same time, let's look at the industry and structure. The fact that, look, regardless, right, the fact that a man's sound, even if it's just 1 second, was used in your own song, you know, something that you're using to make royalty must be paid, which is something we do not have in this part of the world. So I respect the West for that, that, look, every little sound has to be paid for. Now, Ronsi will get paid for his own, you know, words being used in the beginning of the song, while R. Kelly has to be paid because while Ronsi was speaking and it was a sampled stuff, right, it wasn't even a thing of, it was Drake that put it there or the producer that put it there. It was a Ronsi word sample that had an R. Kelly playing in the background, right? So putting this there, he didn't even know that R. Kelly was being played. But, you know, of course, professional system. The minute they play, they say, do you realize that's an R. Kelly song in the background?
No, but they know that R. Kelly was in there because they
didn't know until the final minutes about the sample. Until the final minute of CLB to be out.
Okay. I thought you were saying that they found out outside of that.
No, it was when Certified Lover Boy, we waited for Certified Lover Boy since January.
That's
then,
what I'm saying.
The moment they're about to roll it out.
This whole thing started.
Are you saying that this thing, the R. Kelly's case started in January? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, you think the song was made in January, Ife? Because let's have a conversation.
We even have to think about it. Whether the song, we do not know that info. But I'm telling you, the Shabib has not told you anything like this song was made in 2012. He didn't tell you that. And if you listen to TSU lyrics, they were talking about things that happened in 2020, talking about pandemic and stuff. So please, how can a song be made in 2002 that they were talking about pandemic?
Who said the song was made in 2002?
I'm just giving you, hypothetically speaking, how could it have been made before R. Kelly when we're talking about things that are happening in 2020?
Do you know when R. Kelly's official legal matter started?
How long has R. Kelly been in jail?
That's the question you should answer.
2 years.
Oh my gosh, Ife.
2 years.
What I'm saying here is these people I've mentioned that they gave him, and I also wanted to correct another thing so that it doesn't look like we're fighting, because we're not. You mentioned that they have to pay everybody that's on a song. That's not necessarily true. Some elements
without their right.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Some things before the song is even released, there is already a discussion that happens, and it doesn't always have to end in money. Sometimes all it takes is what's it called, accreditations. Songwriters and producers, for example, don't always get royalties. Sometimes they just get a accreditation
in this part of the world, I'm not even asking for your permission. As long as I like it, I'm using it, and nobody takes it.
That's not entirely true, because they do ask for permission.
Okay.
Should we move on?
Now.
Husband of controversial Big Brother housemate Tega Dominic has cleared the air on events involving the housemates and her rendezvous while in the house. In an exclusive interview with blogger Tunde Ednot, AJ Money, by the way, is Tega's husband, revealed that contrary to Tega's claims, they never reached an agreement permitting her to get intimate with male housemates. This is what he said. I'm going to be honest. Before she left the Big Brother house, she said something like she was going to do everything, but she was not going to have sex. I was like, I don't understand what you mean. Like, everything? Come on. I'm going in there and if you go in there and act anyhow, we are Nigerians. If you act anyhow, people will vote you out and judge you. So you are going there to represent us as a married woman. That was what I told her, which was agreed with. So I really don't understand what I was seeing on TV. I was really broken while admitting he was yet to speak to his wife since her Sunday eviction. The father of one shared that her display on the show was shocking, as she had never shown sign of infidelity. We were very, very, very responsible. Tega is a good girl, so I wonder why she just went there and did what she did. I feel broken, like my ego has been tampered with. I can't even leave my house because there's a lot of stories on the street. I am surprised, and I didn't believe that was my wife. Tega is a God-fearing woman. She has never for one day disobeyed me or even tried to. Man, this is a very different Tega I'm seeing. Reacting to questions on the future holds for them, Reacting to what the future holds for them, AJ Money shared that he has no plans of turning his back on his wife, as this will be the first time that she will be embroiled in such a mess. Your take, Ife.
Like I said, when this news broke, I told you about the emotional manipulation of
From the guy.
of this man, right?
And the kid's looking like it.
Which is something that I said something yesterday. I said, now I know why they both got married, right? They seem like people that are, for lack of better words, that are not so enlightened. Now, the reason I'm saying this is that you can't come out today and tell us about how you cheated, that you are sorry, which I told you was a very manipulative move that a lot of men use so that eventually they can do anything they want to do, which is what this guy. Now the guy is playing foul, he's crying foul, he's he's playing the victim, he's doing all of that, and then granting interviews. And in the interview he said, it's now 4 years, we've never had any issues. You're now going back to when you said you cheated. Now this guy
did not have any issues. He had issues.
So now it's like she did not have any issues. Say, why now? You are broken. Did you not think she was broken? But that is not the issue. As in, the issue is, Oga, why are you running your mouth?
Why are you on Tunde Ednot's live?
Tunde Ednot, like even if you want to make better money, is he on Tunde Ednot's page? Tunde Ednot that is still struggling for his own followers. Are you playing with me,
bro? Like, and then you put your handle. You know what you're doing.
The guy obviously.
You're also trying to jump on this cloud thing because I know somebody that knows him personally and was saying the person was saying that she reached out to him and that he just gave her 1 or 2 replies like God bless you, everything, like, so kind of giving this mood of like, I don't want to talk too much, I'm going through my own thing. If that's really the vibe, why are you on social media?
Make it the best of every situation. Yes, that's just simple. See, that's simply, look, I said something yesterday that might have sounded, a bit off. But see, I'm the type of person that when an opportunity presents itself, right, I take it. Now, putting that in context with what is going on with Tega, her husband, and Boma, I said, if the relationship is actually over, which it should be, because obviously...
He said he loves her.
No, see, any man in his right senses should know, because the moment Tega finds another Boma, she'll cheat.
Yeah.
The moment he finds the Becky with the good hair that he cheated with, he will still cheat.
Maybe they're okay with being cheaters.
Fine. But some of us, we be cheaters, we be lions. Big talk boys, we know they fear. Buddy.
Come on.
Like I said, if you don't fear anybody here, let it be a triangle of business enterprise. I said this yesterday, but people were looking. So right now, this guy wants to grant interviews. We will give everybody will collect interviews. Everybody loves a breakfast story now. You understand? Everybody will get interview. We'll all cash out. We'll now start doing things. Do you understand? I saw it as an opportunity yesterday that if I was to be this guy's manager, probably won't stop him from doing any of these things. Just that we'll be going for bigger brands and not Mufasa. Do you know what I mean? So I think that, look, at the end of the day, the marriage don't end, it don't end. Wait till you want to, maybe we go they crying over spill milk. Let's make some money, please.
Yeah, and then you see everybody's take. So far, again, it's just this girl. I wish Nema was here to have this conversation with me, but it seems to be only, what's her name? CEO Blessing. Is her name Nkechi? Or just CEO Blessing?
Nkechi Blessing. No, she's not Nkechi Blessing.
Please
don't even put Nkechi Blessing and CEO Blessing.
CEO Blessing. She's
Nkechi Blessing is very hardworking.
Yeah, so is this one. But very, very hardworking. What's it called? But for some reason, this girl seems to be spilling hot teas for me because her take is the only take I'm seeing on the internet that connects with me. Where she said that basically what you're saying as well, that this is obviously cloud chasing. But she mentioned something. She was like, if this man really, truly has good intentions, he should be a multi-choice by now. Not on Today Ednot's thingy. I need to see my wife. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You're sitting at home, not replying your friends and family that actually love you and saying anything, but you're granting interviews on social media to Tunde Ednot, talking about things. Do you know that till now, think about it. Tega never mentioned anything, not only in the house or outside the house, when she did her whatever, about this guy's infidelity. She doesn't even know that you have said it.
Doesn't even know that you have not told us more.
You understand? And all this while, she's keeping your private life.
It's broken.
Like, whatever. You're the one who's milking this thing, using your, and that's what Blessing is saying here. You're the one using your Instagram, so we're not idiots. We know that by now your DM is full. You're getting all the love and attention. All that Becky with the good hair is somewhere in there that will say she wants to help you to, you know,
feel better.
You get what I mean? And obviously, because I feel like if you really had good intentions like you claim you do, and this is about your marriage, this is not a joke or your actual marriage, you'd be doing more actions than talking on social media with Tunde Ednos live. You would have had a call, because Tunde asked him, have you spoken to your wife since she's been? He said no. Have you tried to make an effort? He said no, he's waiting for her to come out. So you're...
No, the guy said he's broken, that he saw another Tega and all of that. And I'm sure that when she comes out of the house, she should have seen another husband, because you don't think her husband was a talkative. So they are both saying things. So can you just end the marriage and not do business?
Yes, and for people that are asking that...
meeting, strategy meeting.
You get what I'm saying?
Sit down. And
for people that I need to also address, for the people that I keep saying that why we're talking about Tega so much, that everybody does this, the difference is that everybody does it in secret because we have some level of shame. You did it on national television, so it makes your gist very
and then
different.
You know, and
very public.
I miss my husband. I miss my son.
You never mentioned one time. It is well with you, Mulo. Anyway, let's go on a quick music break, and we'll be right back with more conversations. Don't go anywhere.